What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to your boy Vaughn, King Midas Collects. There can be only Vaughn. All the acronyms, nicknames, whatever you want to call me, all works. It's all good. What's going on? Another video here. Hey, listen, big weekend for us here at Deep Ink Collectibles. Another nickname, another name. We are heading over to Big Lit Comic Con this weekend, April 13th and 14th down in Chantilly, VA. So if you're in the DMV, if you're in Nova, hey, come check it out. We will be set up Deep Ink Collectibles. So be sure to look for me, look for Charles. We have all your collectible needs, comics, of course, cards, trading cards, video games, toys, you name it. We're going to bring everything we can possible for this show. It's our first big convention show, so a little nervous, but also super excited. Can't wait. And if you're ever checking out these videos or in the area, checking it out, hope to see you there. Say hi. Let's get into what we got here. We have an order from my comic shop from last week, and the collection we just bought, we're still sorting through it and sourcing through it. So this collection is still putting off that TBC sale. the what is it? Storage unit. I couldn't think of storage unit. I can never think of the word storage unit. Storage unit mega blowout sale. So I still got books to show you from that. We'll get to it. Y'all will always see awesome books here on this channel. I assure you that. So let's get into it. Reprint time. We got Transformers number 3. This is the third printing for issue number 3. People love this Transformers that Robert Kirkman, this new, what does he call it, this universe? I forgot what it was. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Daniel Warren Johnson, just killing it. 5th printing here for issue number 1. Void Rivals is going to an 8th printing, I believe. Like, what? People are still buying each one of the printings? It's the only reason why something would go that far. Next up, we have this pretty cool Zenscope book, Cinderella, Murder for All Seasons. Of course, there is also a 1 in 25 version of this, and we'll leave it up for interpretation of what that might look like. We got next up, oh yeah, I've been meaning to get this for a while. Chuma Hill has actually done the majority of like the B or C variants for this 007 for King and Country miniseries that was put out by Boom, right? I think it's, oh, Dynamite, excuse me. Dynamite has the James Bond license right now. But he's also doing Virgin covers too, so I just really like Chuma Hill's artwork. I think there's a DC 1 in 25 that had just come out this week that needs to be picked up by me. Yours truly. Predator, The Last Predator, or Last Hunt, right? Predator, The Last Hunt. The A cover here, apparently I just didn't order it, but then I ordered issues 2 and 3, so I'm like, well, let me just get it on the back burner there. Always picking up the 1 in 10 ratio incentive variants here of Sonic. So we have Sonic the Hedgehog number 3, Fang the Hunter miniseries. Not quite sure, I think it's only going 4 issues for that one. So next up, they're doing the Disney Villains books, of course. Cruella de Vil, issue number 3, but we picked this up because this is the Swaby Virgin cover. And what's nice about the Diamond Eye books on my comic shop is that they're supposed to be 1 in 10s, 1 in 15s, what have you, but they're always still cover price. So I'm not, when you see it in like a Third Eye or any of your other LCSs, and they actually have the ratio price on these books, like $10, $15, what have you. What is my comic shop doing differently that they're able to just, hey, we're just gonna list this as cover price? I don't know. Same with this one here. We have the Virgin Middleton for, was it Shadow Empire of the Dam for Red Sonja number 1. The foil Virgin Josh Middleton cover there. Pretty sure that's Josh. I hope it's Josh Middleton. Might have gotten that one wrong. This one we won't refute at all. This is Joseph Michael Linsner, of course. Again, same thing. This is the Virgin copy of it, but paid no more than the regular cover, the trade dress cover of that book. And then I think this is Philip Tan. Yeah, Philip Tan again on another Virgin Sonja there. We just love us some Red Sonja in this household. Hack and Slash Kill Your Idols 20th anniversary book. One shot here. This is the 1 in 10 variant. I think this is a book that's just, give it some time in the long term. As a variant, is going to be tough to find. Early hack slash DDP stuff is very difficult to find. Of course, JD Frizen's first, is it published? I guess published artwork was in a hack slash book. So yeah, there you go. Spider-Punk Arms Race #1. This is the second printing of that book. So of course we get our reprints, and I love it when it's a different cover for the reprint. Makes it much easier to pick up. David Mack here. Can't remember which. Rise of the Powers of X here, issue #2. David Mack with the Storm variant here. I like this because this is, you know, a lot of David Mack covers are very, very similar. However, when he goes out of his way to make it a little bit more bombastic like this, I go out of my way to pick it up because I love David Mack, but sometimes covers are samey, you know, and there's no reason to pick it up because I feel like I have that cover of like the, you know, the side profile. And last but not least, again, Rise of the Powers of X issue #1. This is the David Go 1 in 25. Excuse me, 1 in 25 here. What's her name? Is it Eliana? Can't remember what the codename is for this character. It's eluding me right now. But there is also a normal trade risk cover, that one I believe. Last but not least, I didn't even know a first print of this came out. I just saw it was in solicitations as a second print, so we picked it up anyway. Mad Magazine issue #36, of course. Just more Taylor Swift goodness, right? So I think the first print is already like a $40 or $50 book. Okay, sure, why not? So that completes the My Comic Shop stuff. I'm not going to show you all these books over here, but I wanted to put these aside because I just like the fact that there's a lot of these 90s Marvel books, early 90s Marvel books that are the newsstand here. So just love to see the newsstand because by proxy it's just a few more dollars more expensive. I have a stack of Alfs over here, which is pretty cool. So supersized holiday special of Alf. Of course, I already showed you the most sought after one in issue 48. That's the only one you really want outside of #1. I'm not going to show you all the Alf covers, but there you go. I think that's the peacock bird there, because I guess Alf was on NBC. Is that right? All right, cool. Moving over to Captain America. He had a nice stack of Captain America from about issues 208 to about 282. Sporadic. It's not every single issue, every chunk from that block I just mentioned. But some of the more notable ones, covers I like. Of course, this one is got the notoriety of the Hulk just smashing Cap there. Just by proxy, there's nothing special about the interior of this book. No key, no nothing. It's just got a classic cover, which gives that book its price. Some other ones, again, we got some more Hulk there, fighting Cap again. Just love these, I guess it's kind of like a negative cover, but not quite a negative cover. Anyway, it's pretty sick cover, though. I really like that one. 282 here is Nomad, introduction of the new Nomad, so that has minor key. Next up, we have a Uncanny X-Men 276 newsstand. So just trying to show you all the newsstands. I guess there's a little bit of a rip there, rippling in the middle. I didn't quite catch the first time. This is always fun here. Captain America issue 446. So I think the volume 1 of Cap, not Tales of Suspense that he was in, went 448 issues, 450 issues, something like that. So this is like the tail end of the run, which is fun to have. Of course, low print runs, and of course it is a newsstand copy of that, 1995. Next up, Avengers, West Coast Avengers 94, first sighting of the War Machine here. James Rhodes becomes War Machine, so that book's getting some notoriety now. One of the few out of that run that you want to look for. Next up, I was surprised that this had some value here. So Doctor Who #1 with Marvel, beginning the Star Beast saga, plus the return of the Daleks. And pretty cool artwork there on the back cover. Marvel didn't do that very often. The wraparounds back in the day like that. This Black Hood from Red Circle Comics Group. Some guy wearing a ski mask. I wanted to show this one off here. Green Hornet #1 from Now Comics because it is a newsstand. So cool to see a newsstand, indie newsstand, pure indie newsstand. What's so significant about this Superman Annual issue #12? Nothing, except it's a Brian Boland cover. And y'all know how I feel about Mr. Brian Boland. So cool. So I caught that at the last minute. That was a Brian Boland cover. So I was like, oh yeah, we'll hold on to that one. Next up, just some Edward Scissorhand books. You don't really see these. So kind of cool that these are in here. I think these are the only two, so he doesn't have the #1. And I love that cover price. It says like, first appearance of Edward Scissorhands in comics. It's like, okay, whatever. It's just, it's Edward Scissorhands mini. I don't think it needs to be delineated as a key book, but what do I know? What do I know? Keep doing you, cover price. Y'all are awesome. Next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue #6. This is pretty cool because this is the DVD comic insert. So I believe this came with Spider-Man 2, Walmart special edition or something like that. So it came with insert of the actual issue #6 for the Lizard. Oh, no, I'm silly. I'm being dumb. Not Doc Ock. So this is Amazing Spider-Man. It's the Andrew Garfield one because obviously the Lizard was the villain. Don't mind me. So I found out that this came as like a 5-issue combo pack. So these are Gem and the Hologram issues here of each one of the members. And they were just busted out. So I'm sure they were polybagged all together, but cool to have that. First issue. All 4 issues there. We got next up an Alpha Flight issue #6, Snowblind. Cool to see it. Because Mark Jeweler, baby. Make sure y'all notice that it is Alpha Flight, and I'm not pulling another Mark Jeweler out of my ass down here. So same thing, issue #5. 5, Mark Jeweler. Issue #12, same thing, Mark Jeweler. Mark Jeweler. Issue #4, issue #7, Mark Jeweler on those Alpha Flights. And then this one also has that, not issue #7, excuse me. Issue #4 has that silver star there stamped on it. Another indicator, as I was telling you in the previous video. Next up, we have a Spectacular Spider-Man 82. What was the significance in this one? Something about like Kingpin and Frank Castle or something. Ghost Rider issue #8. Why are we showing you this? Because it is a newsstand that says Marvel Knights. These are the ones that you want to find. Captain America issue #26 says Captain America and the barcode indicate a newsstand. Very, very rare. Paramount, Marvel, Star Trek, X-Men. Pretty cool cover there. Pretty cool book. Doesn't have any value, but it's a cool book. Just like the Super Friends. Bunch of Super Friends in this collection, so I'll show you them as we come across them. A Wizard 1/2 for the X-Files, of course. Y'all know all about this. Sending in your Wizard coupons, rebates to get your 1/2 issues for free. We have issue 113 of Conan. Oh, speaking of which, I brought some books down here, and I don't know if I added them to the pile or not. To show you guys, I don't think I did. Yeah, that sucks. Anyway, let's keep going. Part 3, Black Panther, Panther's Prey. Interesting about these books here about Black Panther is that at the time, I think there was only, outside of Volume 1 in Jungle Action books, I think that was the only other miniseries of Black Panther before the next volume at the end of the 90s. So they were definitely not showcasing Black Panther very often until about the 2000s, really. And of course, it skyrocketed since then. So this is pretty cool. This is still in its wrapper here, but this is Beyond 0 Hour 1994. Comprehensive look at DC Comics. Just a cool little pamphlet book too, and then Alex Ross artwork, of course, of Batman and Superman there. These are really cool. You want to find these early DC Scooby-Doos. There's Archie Scooby-Doos. Of course, the gold key ones are the ones you definitely want, but the early DC Scooby-Doos have a lot of value to them because they're a little print run. Little Lotta here. Cartoon Network presents those ones you want to find as well. This is issue number 2 with Space Ghost. And then just some more Scooby-Doo. So a lot of that was just fun to find. Glad that these Scoobies were in this collection. Bunch of sporadic early Simpsons too, issue 38 and 33. Which I think it started in 1993, the Bongo run. I don't know anything about these, but I didn't know that this Terry Dodson Justice League 28 was foil, so that's kind of cool, and it's still in the plastic. I don't know what these are from, collectible series, but there's 24 issues of this Spider-Man collectible series, so they're kind of like really small. I wouldn't even say they're reprints, really. They're just got like 4 or 5 pages in here of different, classic Spider-Man stories. So initially I thought these were part of like a toy line, but I don't think that's the case. I think these are like just like news pamphlets that were coming out. Just a bunch of different ones here. I think we have we're missing 2 of them. Obviously the first one has AF-15 on it, I believe. So I just got a bunch of them over here. So, but let's continue on. Let's move on to the next one. I love this Green Hornet cover here. Pretty fun one. John Cassidy, I believe. We have some Mike Mignola on Starman with the Lobo. One of the second to last issue on Starman, so we'll hold on to that. Another negative looking variant here for Green Hornet, issue 20. Pretty fun one. Oh, we got some Silver Age stuff. Actually, I don't think this one is. Third DC issue of Tarzan. It's like really issue number 209, but issue 209, but the third one under the DC banner. Then we have a bunch of these Army at Wars, Our Army at War, featuring Sergeant Rock. And this was definitely beat up. But, Silver Age is Silver Age. Just like Golden Age is Golden Age. Some Black Hawk. These Tomahawk books. These ones are really cool. So for Tomahawk, I believe it's like issue 116, so about 135 or so. They're all Neil Adams covers. So Neil Adams' like initial work at DC started with Tomahawk, I believe. So that's pretty cool. And that one itself, issue 127, is a Neil Adams cover. Atari Force issue number 1. Some more Army at War. We have a early issue 10 center of Tomahawk, issue 75. Yeah. And then some more Tomahawk. Boom. Son of Tomahawk. Secret of Haunted House, featuring the first appearance of Mr. E there. Fun to see. And then we got some old Action here. 25 center for Action. We got 12 center on Action. Fun to see those. They're making a movie on Mask. I forgot. Was it Ryan Gosling that was attached to Mask here? So be on the lookout for that in the next couple of years. So those books might skyrocket. This is interesting. So on cover price, if this lenticular is in your collection, it actually moves. And I wonder if all the other lenticulars actually have moving photos too. It trips me out every time I look at my collection. And I see that the dark side, this is the only one that's like moving. So I thought that was kind of funny. Oh, great. Some more 12 centers. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. Pretty cool to see. That was issue 108 too. Pretty low issue there. Next up, we have this first 100 days Barack Obama variant here. One of 5 exclusives that was done. But this one's in its poly bag still, I guess. These are cool because it's J. Scott Campbell that's doing the artwork there. Next up, this one is awesome. This is a key, guys. What makes this a key? Batman 570. It's because it is the second full appearance of Harley Quinn in the DCU continuity. First one was the Joker Harley Quinn Alex Ross book. I think it's just Harley Quinn, right? You know, the one where like he's dancing with her. That iconic cover. That's her first appearance in the DCU. Not including Batman Adventures, but this one's her second overall appearance, so pretty cool. Batman 475, Scarface there. Good key. Issue 317. I can't remember what was so significant about this, to be honest. But it's there. I don't know why I can't think of it. Avengers 185, of course. Direct. You want to find directs in 1978, 1979. They're a lot rarer than newsstands in the time period. Directs were just starting, so this has something to do with the Darkhold and Chthon and all that nonsense. This is also the origin of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, I believe. Issue 27 of Captain America, again in Mylar because boom, newsy. Couple more books, guys, and then we'll call this video here. And get ready for our con tomorrow. Got Brave and the Bold 72 featuring Spectre and the Flash. This one is actually a pretty copy of this. I would say it is sitting at like a 7.0. No, okay, I'll take that back. It's maybe a 6.0. But it presents really nicely on the cover. Next up, 2001 A Space Odyssey, issue number 1. This one's been sitting in the sun, I believe, so it's definitely faded, but still a cool number 1 to have. Of course, I think you want, was it issue 6, 7, or 8? One of those 3. First appearance of Machine Man is the big one there. We have a deceased variant here for issue number 2. Of course, the homage, Arthur Sujum homage to Crisis on Infinite Earths. Is it Crisis on Infinite Earths? Or is it Infinite Crisis? There's so many crises. And then last but not least, y'all know, outside of reprints, variants, I love final issues. Low print run, of course. Final issue of Exo Manowar, issue 68. You don't really see a lot of the final issues for Valiant books. A lot of times they're like $30 to $50 just because of its rarity. You just don't see them. Unfortunately, this one does have a blemish. I think you guys saw it up top. A little bit of a bend there in the top. But other than that, pretty nice little book. So, hey, that's it for this video. So much that I showed you guys and so much more to process and go through, including... Okay, well, they're stuck under another stack of crap. So we'll get around to it. Thank you so much for tuning in the video. Tune into or check out all the social media posts this weekend over on X/Twitter, Instagram. I'm going to try to do a lot of like small little vlogs or videos, etc. Maybe even shorts on YouTube of our experience there at Big Lake, Chantilly, VA. If you're in the Nova, in the DMV, hopefully we'll come see you guys there. A lot of celebrities, artists and writers will be there as well. So it's actually a big con with over 68 vendors. So come check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until next time, guys, Bag and Boredom. We'll see you then.